My dear friend Rufai, congrats, I heard you're now a doctor. So you're going to be more difficult on dealing with. So let me tell you, Rufai, first is that you can't float a currency you don't have supply with. It's like building a non-gated house in a criminal-ridden society. You have to have a defense mechanism. Nobody floats what you don't supply, you don't have supply. I believe, I wouldn't even, not just saying what we would have done, but I believe that now we have new CBN team. They have to look at the overall monetary policy, which, if they focus on their job, which is exchange rate, inflation, and everything, I know, it is again not something you announce haphazardly. It's something you look at. Nobody flows his currency without having adequate supply. When you don't have adequate supply, there were pressures, there were criminality in our exchange rate regime. Again, we should have worked on eliminating those criminality and excesses in our foreign exchange regime because there is strong unmet demands. The Naira was under pressure and a bit overvalued. Everybody knew that. So what you would have done is to devalue the currency. We were at 4.12. Before now, a devaluation to about 600 or thereabouts would have been it. We are trying to manage the supply by making sure that we deal with issues that is what controls your exchange rate. To find the simple thing is your reserve. And what controls your reserve is your export. You have avenues and things that you would have exported. You're supposed to export from your oil to other minerals to everything. Is to encourage those things that will help to start dealing with issue of any more foreign exchange. We're trying to manage what you have, rather than just leaving it open and say market forces. I can tell you, not even in the developed world have anybody left this currency to market forces, because sometimes you might not control it. And now it's difficult to control, because you cannot reverse your policy that you've sent down. So that's why I said this is an announcement effect that would have been well thought through by a proper economic team and consultation properly before announcing. You don't just announce these things in a market square and say we're going to do this.
Okay, Mr. Peter Obi.
Governance is different from that.
Mr. Peter Obi, I want to get you right, and that's why I ask specifics. Are you saying we should have devalued the currency to over 600 and go to look for money? That's what I would have done.
Go and read my distance. Yes, I would have done that.
So you're saying that go to look for money?
I would have devalued the currency, still stay where we with a management form, making sure that whatever is available is used by the real sector.
But in all
removing the criminality, I can tell you, I know in that regime, I know, yes.
Mr. Peter, but in all fairness, to this government, where will the money have come from for them to now be able to keep that rate, owing to the fact that the CBN report coming out saying that we are so encumbered that we probably only have around 3 or 4 billion in our reserves to be able to spare. So where will the money come to now defend the currency when we have a backlog of close to $6, $7, $8 billion in the first place? So are you saying you will have borrowed more to now defend the currency? I'm involved a little bit in finance. And I know that in every country of the world, they're even trying to borrow money, even using a company. It doesn't matter what yes, you can do that. You are not borrowing to defend, just to defend the currency, but to stabilize it temporarily while you're working aggressively on your exports. It's not everywhere. We are not the first to do it. You can do that while you're working aggressively on your export, which, if you look at what people are stealing and doing today, if we're able to do it And remember what I said, manage the criminality side of it. Like whether it's rand tripping, anything. If you do it properly, I can tell you, you will be able to do it. And also, removing the fact that dollar has become what you can call underground currency of our economy. It shouldn't be. We have a currency called Naira. So you should remove it. All these things that people are using dollars to do, which are not productive, should be removed. If you remove it, I can assure you can strengthen the currency. But you have today, even if you want to do party primary, people are sharing dollars. If you have these people, that is not our currency. And that should be a stiff penalty in dealing with that issue. If people earn it legitimately, let them spend it the way they want. If people are doing business and earn it, let them spend it the way they want. But in a situation where it has become even a means of, call it corruption and criminality in our system, we should be carefully manage it.
Mr. Obi,
but if you earn it legitimate, like I said, even if you want to put it in your pillowcase, go and put it there. If you want to do it the way you feel you're safe, that's fine. But illegitimate one, if we remove all that, we can manage the rate. While we work on our export in order to strengthen our currency. Countries have gone through this.
Mr. Obi, to address the fallouts of